Here are 10 Notion tricks that will actually save you hours every single week. And these aren't like 10 aesthetic widgets to embed. They're nerdy workflow optimization features inside of Notion that most people don't even know exist. And when you start using these, you'll stop wasting time on repetitive tasks and start flying through your to-do list. Subscribe for Notion tutorials. Let's dive in. Now, the first one here is something that not enough people are utilizing. So what we're going to do is /database and click here on table view. And what I'll do is click on new empty data source. But if you have a task management system that is a database, then you can just use that. So you've probably heard of the idea of templates, such as headquarters, my all-in-one Notion template, cough, cough, hint, hint, link in the description. But there's also this idea here of page templates. So these here in Notion, these are pages. So you can actually open this up. So task 1 here. And this here is a page where you can write stuff, unlike, a to-do list like this. Task 1. This here isn't a page, but this, if it's in a database, that is a page. And what you can do with pages in Notion is create page templates. Here you can see create a template. So databases here can have a list here of page templates, and these can be extremely useful. As an example, I have a weekly review template in headquarters that automatically populates a bunch of stuff for you to do your weekly review with. And what you could do is something like a meetings template. So let's say agenda and then action list. So very, very simple one here as an example. But the way these work is this here will now be a template that can be automatically populated. So if you're having a meeting and you don't have to write this stuff out, you'll just click here on this meetings template. And then this here gets automatically generated. Now these can become very, very complex. As an example, if I show you in headquarters, if we click here on new project, this page template here gets automatically generated with all the relevant tasks, notes, and bottlenecks. Same idea down here for the life buckets. If I click here and click on new bucket, so this is just a page template. If I click on that, and let's say it's your side hustle, for example, then automatically you get all the tasks, notes, and projects relating to whatever this bucket here is. And like I mentioned before, I have quite a few different ones set up for the task list. So the first trick to save hours in Notion is to set up page templates. All right, the next trick here saves you time if you have multiple pages. So let's say you have a page here with, let's just say your meetings, and then let's say you have a page here with your CRM. As an example, if you have like a client CRM or something. Well, let's say you have something that you want to remember and you want that on both pages. But this thing here, whatever this reminder is, might change every so often. We don't want to have to go in and copy and paste every single time, as that wastes time and you might forget. So what you can do here is / and write sync. And then you can click here on sync block. Now sync blocks are incredible because what you can do is simply drag and drop anything into this space here. So if it's in this red box here, and it will sync on any other page. So you'll click here on this copy sync block, and then you can paste this wherever. So I'll just paste this here. And now anything that I change in this block, so let's say 1, 2, 3, will automatically get changed on this page. So you can see now 1, 2, 3 sitting here. Anything you want to show up on multiple pages, sync blocks are a great time saver. All right, this next time saver trick is awesome. So you might have heard of mermaid code. Maybe not, this is kind of nerdy. But basically the way mermaid code works is that you can generate graphs and diagrams with this. I have a separate video where I really dive deep into it. But what you can do here is visualize your processes. So let's say you send emails and they lead to meetings. And then those meetings lead to you creating pitch decks or something like that. What you can do here is visualize the entire process right inside of Notion. So we are inside of Notion. And this isn't, by the way, an embed thing. So we're not embedding from another software. This is actually a type of code called mermaid code. It's really cool. It's quite nerdy, but if you want to learn that, I have a separate video linked in the description. All right, let's say you run a business and you have clients. Well, what you can do is set up a form by doing / form. And this form here works like, most other survey tools or form tools, but I'll show you what you can do with this information. So we'll just have this very, very simple questionnaire here with question 1 and question 2, very creative. And you can also click here to add different types. So maybe a URL or a checkbox and stuff like that. But let's say this is a client sign up form as an example. What you can do here is share this form. And I'll change this to anyone on the web with a link. So you could send a link to this for all of your clients that you sign up, and then they can fill out this questionnaire here. So we'll just do that. And when they fill this out, you'll get their responses like this. But the cool thing here with the responses is you can see this exact same data in a different view. So there's a bunch of different layouts that we can see here with Notion. And one of those layouts is a chart. So if you have a question like, how did you hear about me? You could see that visualized as a chart. Or, of course, what you could do, I'll duplicate this here, is view it as a feed. And then you can just scroll through these answers like you would scroll through a social media feed. There are so many different possibilities. If you're getting a ton of signups, you could even see it as a calendar. So you're seeing that answer here. And when you add another one, it shows up here in your calendar or however you've decided to view this information. This can be incredibly useful. The next one here is for my lazy friends out there. What you can do is Command P. And this allows you to search your entire Notion account. So let's say I want to find the client form very quickly. Just by doing Command P, I can now find that client form in a matter of seconds. You can also do more specific searching, such as searching only by the title, only by a person it's created by, and even in a specific page. So this quick search here is incredibly useful. This next time saver here is, I love it. What I've done is track my time for over a year now. If you have all of this time tracking, what you can do is actually view this information here in a bunch of different ways that can change the way you work forever. So with your task list here, if we right click on the time tracking and do calculate, what we can do here is use more options. And I can see the sum, average, median, min, max, and range. So with the average here, I can see what's the average amount of time that I spend on a task. Or if I want, I can calculate and see maybe the sum. So how much time have I spent in total? And this can get really useful when you start relating it to projects and buckets. That's how I've set up Headquarters. My time is broken down into projects and buckets. And this saves me a lot of time with my productivity because I can reflect and see maybe I'm spending too much time on a specific bucket or too much time on a project that hasn't gone anywhere. And you'll only save that time by looking at real time tracking data. The next one here is a feature that not many people know about. What you can do is create AI blocks. So this is a new feature as of recording and it's really, really cool. Here what you can do is create custom outputs, and you can use information from specific pages to do that. So what I'll do is just create a page here. I'll call it block info. So you can give it some information, hopefully more than this. But here's just an example. And then what I'll do in this AI block here is say where I want the information to come from. So I'll select here the block info. And basically this will give it some context. So here I can say, plan out my day. I need to record a video, edit the video, and upload it as an example. So now when I generate, so what it does here is pick up the information from here in order to do this task. It's kind of like Notion agents, but just on a smaller scale. All right, for the next one here, let's do a gallery view. So obviously I watch quite a few Notion tour videos, and there's a mistake that I see time and time again. What most people do is have projects, just a million different projects. So I'll just duplicate a bunch of these. The problem here is you have so many projects, but this isn't a very useful user interface. So what we're going to do here is use the grouping feature. And this will save you a lot of time in just finding relevant stuff. So you can do this by creating a tags or by using a relation like I've done in Headquarters. But tags are a lot easier if you're new to this stuff. So let's say this here is to do with work. And then let's say another one, which is fitness, and another one, which is side hustle, as an example. And let's just change this tag here to be, instead of a multi-select, just to be a select. Now for these projects here, what I can do is click on the settings and click on property visibility and show the tags. And then what I'll do is go back here and group this by the tag. So all of these here have no tag, and this one here is to do with work. And now what I can do here is, let's just say fitness. So I'll quickly just label these. So now what we're doing here is using the group function in order to quickly open and close these toggles here so I can quickly find the relevant project. I don't have to sort through a bunch of projects that aren't related to the thing that I'm looking for. And that's how using groups can save you a lot of time in Notion. All right, let's say you have a page here with all of your notes, right? So you have all of your notes in here in maybe a gallery view. Let's do /gallery, new database, and we'll call this notes. So in here you have all of your notes, note 1, blah, blah, blah. Here's where you have your notes. But you're not seeing your notes here on your main dashboard. So let's just say you have your to-do list like this, task 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, even though this here is a terrible task management system. But down here at the bottom of the page is where you have your notes. Well, every time you want to take a note, you don't want to have to open up the notes page and then go to new page to add your note. This here isn't very efficient. And it's also going to distract you every time you take a note. So to speed up this process, what we can do is /button. And what we'll do for this one here is new note. So if I click on this new note button now, what I want it to do is to add an action, and that action will be to add a page to, and now we want to select the database. So the database is this notes database that we just created. Obviously, you can click here to search for the specific database as well. So I'll click here on notes, and then what I want to do is add the action of opening up that page. And now I have to say, which page do I want opened? I want the page that we just created to open. This way I can take a note without scrolling down, clicking on notes, and making my way to add a new page. I can simply do that here, note 3, blah, blah, click away, and now that note has been taken. So it's showing up, note 3, you can see it in here. And I've taken that to the next step with headquarters. Here, what you can do is add a note, so we'll call it note 1, blah, blah. And I'll just select the life bucket here, so let's say it's to do with the job, and let's say it's to do with the project here of this new project. Click away. If I scroll down now, I can find that note sitting here in new project, note 1. And if I scroll down and go to the job page here, what I can do is find that note sitting in here as well, note 1 to do with new project. So my notes appear in the places they are relevant. The next way to save time is slightly more difficult, but trust me, once you understand how these work, they can become incredibly powerful. This here is a formula. And with formulas, you can build very, very complex systems. So let's just do an easy one to start with. Let's do a time tracking system again. And for this time tracking one, let's have 2 examples. One where the time is 15 minutes and one where it is 90 minutes, for example. What we could do here is write a formula that automatically tags the task based on this time tracker here. This is just an example. You can make so many different types of formulas. And what I'll do is paste this formula here. Now, this is a very simple formula, just as an example. So what it's saying here is if the time tracker, so this property here, is under 60, then say it's easy. If not, label it as flow. And then I'll click here on done. If you're interested in headquarters, there's a link in the description, or if you want to see the full tour and all of its features, then you can click on this video here.